How's it, everybody? Welcome to the Non-Fungibles, an online show that focuses on bringing you the very best of NFTs, crypto, Web3, the Metaverse, and this new blockchain-enabled world that is changing our lives at this exponential rate. I'm Mick Mann, co-founder of Africarare and one of your co-hosts of the Non-Fungibles. We've really created this show to help anyone who's interested or curious about the industry to get a snapshot of what's happening from around the world, get some inside scoops from global leading change makers, and learn what's coming up to get ahead of the game. We believe that we are living through an economic revolution that is being enabled by the blockchain and will ultimately shift the way we work, play, socialize, and are entertained. We believe the future of work lies in the metaverse, with Gartner predicting that by 2026, at least 26% of people will spend an hour of their day in various metaverses. Just think about that. With 8-9 billion people on the planet, that's a lot of people spending their time in this new world. I'm so excited about what's coming up in this first episode. First, you're going to hear from Lebo about the latest news stories of the week, the top 5 Dapps, decentralized apps, from our fellow tribeswoman, Caitlin, and then back to Lebo again, who will take us through what the NFT to help us get a better understanding of this new language we all speak. Then we'll be joined by Yossi Hasson, co-founder and CEO of Metaversal, NFT Web3 crypto company that invests in new NFT projects, as well as they have their own studio, and they've just launched their first collection called the Mega Runner, which really is exciting, and they've partnered with the producers of the Hunger Games to make this a reality. And lastly, if you want to keep learning about Web3, the Metaverse, and all this good stuff, make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page and join our Discord if you haven't already. Time for the latest news stories. Over to you, Lebo.
Hey there, guys. I'm Lebo, and here is a quick look at what's happening in the tech world. You've maybe heard about something called ETH merge. If you haven't, don't sweat it. Here's the breakdown. The ETH merge is on track to take place in September 2022, moving from proof of work to a proof of stake protocol. This sets the stage for future scaling upgrades, which Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, likes to call the surge, verge, purge, and splurge, ultimately claiming the ETH will be able to handle 100,000 transactions a second. Now we're going to be talking about the MetaMask Ethereum wallet update. This comes following a wave of social media NFT scams. MetaMask released a new 10.18.0 update to the wallet this week, including changing the way that the software presents a requested set approval for all permission. Once again, it's a no-brainer, fam. Enable your two-factor authentication and invest in a ledger. If in doubt, phone a friend. If you have anxiety, have an internal battle with 2 hours and then phone a friend. But otherwise, you'll be fine. So, want to give Gogo and Grandpa a retirement annuity booster? Tell them they can now earn Bitcoin playing Sudoku and Solitaire. Play to earn Bitcoin firm ZBD and blockchain game developer Vika are teaming up to reintroduce 3 classic games with a crypto twist. Other games could include retro versions of Wordle and Missing Letters. Granny is gonna make bank. Now, seeing as we've been talking about security, the NFT projects lost $22 million to largely the same hackers on Discord. One analysis includes that hackers targeting the Bored Ape Yacht Club and other NFT projects are part of a wider network. 2 Web3 security firms have issued reports focused on the recent scourge of hacks targeting NFT projects, likely by a linked group of hackers using compromised Discord server administrator accounts. Ish, that's rough. And now for some great news. Chipotle is giving customers the chance to win free cryptocurrency as it begins accepting digital currencies as payment. The company's Buy the Dip promotion will give away over 200,000 in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Avalanche, Solana, and Dogecoin beginning July of this year. So who's up for some Taco Tuesday? Seeing as I've been giving you the 411, I thought I should let you know that the June Bible Crypto Collective wants to sell its June Bible. Holy Spice Cards. Members who hold a Spice token might earn returns from the Spice Club's remaining initiatives, but that plan is complicated by the dismal state of the cryptocurrency market at the moment and the legal questions around DOAs and the tokens like the Spice token itself, as well as doubts about whether the book could be auctioned for anything remotely approaching its actual purchase price of roughly $3 million. Now that's a spicy meatball.
Mamma mia!
Now we head to South Korea. A unicorn startup company based in South Korea called Zingbang is offering office spaces for rent for companies wanting to go completely paperless and relocate to a more sustainable and affordable workspace, the Metaverse. Zingbang launched the virtual office program called Soma back in May. Inside this metaverse called Soma World stands the main building for working, a convention center that can accommodate up to 3,000 people. A networking hub is also available there, and the Zingbang headquarters is situated. Tech giants like Meta and Microsoft are working on future workspaces using AR or VR technology. So I guess using traffic as an excuse for being late will become an old people's joke. But there will always be load shedding. That shit is timeless. Alrighty, well, that's all from me. Kate, what you got that side with the Dapps?
Hello there, my name is Kate, and here we will be taking you through the top 5 Dapps of the week, curated by us. But what's a Dapp? Well, it does sound like a Fortnite victory dance, but it isn't. What it is basically an application developed over a decentralized network. Decentralized meaning that they run on blockchain networks rather than a central server. This week, we wanted to share with you some of our top picks, and although they aren't new, they are key players. Let's get to it. Number 1, MetaMask. What the fuck's that? MetaMask is a crypto wallet for all of your trading needs. It's used to interact with the various blockchains and allows users to access their Ethereum wallet through a browser extension or a mobile app, which can then be used with decentralized applications. So it's basically kind of like a nifty back pocket to store all your cash and assets. Number 2, CoinGecko. CoinGecko is the world's largest independent source of reliable cryptocurrency data and is frequently cited across the industry by various publications such as Forbes, The Wall Street Journal, and Decrypt. Number 3, Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is a non-fungible token-based online game, which is developed by Vietnamese studio Sky Mavis. It's also known for its in-game economy, which uses Ethereum-based cryptocurrencies. And the players of Axie collect and mint these NFTs, which are represented by these little axolotl-type digital pets known as Axies. I mean, they're really, really cute, and they're kind of Pokemon-ish, so yeah, you can collect them all. You can even breed them, which is a little kinky, but whatever you're into, babe. Number 4, OpenSea. OpenSea is not a pirate shanty of yore that'll go viral on YouTube, but it has a lot of potential. OpenSea is an American online non-fungible token marketplace that allows people to easily create, sell, and buy NFTs. I mean, this place has 1.5 million active users. It's pretty legit. And you can find anything here, from CryptoPunks to Bored Apes and even Norman Catherine originals. And finally, number 5, Africarare. Yeah, we're shilling ourselves because someone once said, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen? Amen! Africarare is a 3D virtual reality experience that works off of the Ethereum blockchain. We want to create and develop a home for African creativity and innovation. And yeah, we're still in our early stages, but we have already made some pretty impressive milestones. It's basically like if Wakanda, The Lion King, and The Matrix were all mixed into one. This is the result. It's pretty careful. Cool. Bada bing, bada boom, there you have it. I'm going to hand things over to Mick, who's ready with our guest of the week. Take it away.
How's everybody? Welcome to the interview part of the show. And I've got a very special guest with us here today, Yossi Hasson, who is the co-founder and CEO of Metaversal, which is a investor and curator of iconic NFT assets and invests in companies building the metaverse, as well as they have their own studio producing NFTs. He's got an incredible background. He exited an open source cloud business called Sonic that he co-founded in 2004. He's a co-founder and board member of non-profit coding school We Think Code. He launched the first Techstars accelerator program in Africa, as well as co-founded a crypto investment fund called On-Chain Capital. He launched Techstars Blockchain Accelerator in New York City and is an active angel and crypto investor, now dealing with NFTs with Metaversal. Yossi, great to have you with us all the way from New York City.
Mick, always good to connect. Thanks for having me on. Awesome,
man. Well, Yossi, join us. Let's start off by just hearing a bit about your background and how you got into all of this. Quite a far stretch from cybersecurity, and then dealing in the accelerator in Techstars. How did you get into this crazy world?
Sure. Well, my kind of entry into this crazy world has been since a kid. I was fascinated with tech, with computers. At the time, not to reveal my age, but PCs were becoming a thing when we were growing up together. And I really saw that this was going to be the future, that the world was becoming more and more digital. And this was the path that I was destined to be on. So from a very young age, I started playing with computers. I started figuring out how to build and program, started getting involved in the world of the internet. And it was a very exciting time because there wasn't much happening there. And got introduced to open source software through a friend of mine who I met at school who happened to hack into NASA. And I thought, this guy is the person that I need to know. And through him, we built that company, Synac, that you mentioned, an open source software company. And open source was a different way to build software. And that introduction got me into the world of crypto, into the world of Bitcoin, and went down the proverbial rabbit hole into building Metaversal today, into what it does, and we can talk more about that.
Awesome, man. So it was it seems like quite a smooth journey into this world, or was it a bit not such a straight line?
When Steve Jobs has got a famous saying you can only connect the dots looking backwards. There were many dots on that journey, many highs, many lows, many challenges, learning how to scale technology companies out of South Africa, getting involved into crypto, being part of the boom, the bust, the boom and bust again, moving to New York to build a crypto fund that didn't get off the ground, and then figuring out how to pivot and what to do. So lots of highs and lows in that journey. And I suppose when you reflect backwards, it all seems to make sense and all fits in together.
Amazing. And I mean, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing now at Metaversal? I mean, I think it's such an exciting project. You've just launched Omega Runner, which I'm an proud NFT buyer of the comic book. Looking forward to getting that in the post. Do you want to just share with us what that's all about and what you guys are doing?
Yeah, so Metaversal is really the genesis of that, is seeing that NFTs is a new technology that is more than just kind of JPEGs on the internet. I was introduced to them when I was building the blockchain accelerator with Techstars in New York City, invested in one of the first NFT gaming companies, what people call play-to-earn gaming companies, called Neon District. At the time, that was in early 2019. Got introduced to the people at OpenSea, which is one of the big trading marketplaces for NFTs, and really saw that this is a new way for people to share stories, to trade collectibles, and to be able to build new paradigms in how you can interact with an audience and how you can actually go about launching new mechanisms for both art, storytelling, creators, etc. And we're very excited about that. And then there's this other thesis of this metaverse, of this idea that we're all going to live, play in this digital world. And in this digital world, there needs to be a way to own things. There needs to be a way to be able to own something that is truly yours, that Facebook or whoever else can't decide one day that they're going to change the value of that thing or take it out of this metaverse world. And NFTs is that ownership layer for this trend of digitization, for this thing called the metaverse. And the combination of those two things is Metaversal. We focus on these assets called NFTs, and we focus on this world that's being built called the Metaverse. And we participate in that throughout all components. We invest in the NFTs themselves and the companies that are building out the metaverse, as well as a production studio that helps big brands, IP holders, creators think how to take that IP and bring it into NFTs and into the metaverse. So that's what we do. We raised about $50 million in the end of last year. We're about a year into that journey. We're about to launch our first production, which you've mentioned, which I'm excited that you are a holder of, a mega runner, which I can tell you more about.
I'm a big runner.
So far. Oh, you're a big runner, then we're going to have to make you a core runner of the Omega universe, and get you into the Discord on that level, and see you run that leaderboard and be winning on that front. Awesome. So that's one of our studio productions. We've invested in about 3,000 NFTs to date. We're building out our team to go out and make that vision a reality.
It's just remarkable. 3,000 NFTs. I mean, that sounds, it just slips off the tongue, but that's quite a lot of NFTs to have invested in. I mean, with this current market, I mean, a lot of those NFTs have pulled back a bit, in this downturn. Where do you see it all going? Do you think it's going to be, they will return to their all-time highs? Are you more bullish on some than others?
My experience from the kind of crypto markets, I've been through now, this will be my third boom and bust in the crypto markets. And each time I get more excited and more convinced that this is the future, maybe foolishly in years to come, we'll have to see. But really, those are the cycles. You'll see that there is euphoria about the technology, more and more people getting an understanding of what it can do, why it's important, and how they can be part of this. And that drives an influx of new people. And we've seen that each time with crypto, with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with each consecutive cycle. It's pretty technical, so it's still a little bit complicated. So there is a high friction to becoming part of it. And then that euphoria dies down. We see the markets correct. People are building. There's a lot more activity. So I'm getting pitches every single day and exciting new ideas of what's going to be done with these NFTs, but that's not what gets spoken about in the downturn in the market. And then we'll see the next wave of projects and the next wave of enthusiasm and excitement and the next Bored Ape Yacht Club emerging out of this type of downturn. So this is the time when we're most excited, because we think that's where the biggest opportunities lie for us to be going out and acquiring and investing in these teams, in these projects, and these new creators that are going to build out these new paradigms when the market does eventually turn, which it always does.
It seems like it's been coming back a little bit recently. There's been a bit of a tick upwards.
A small bounce. No one knows if it's a dead cat bounce and if it's a bull trap, and we'll see where it's going from here. But we're long-term holders, so we invest in a project with a 10-year mindset. This is not something that we're worried about in any shape of the imagination. We're producing our projects. We're bringing out a mega runner. This is an industry that right now has only about 1 million people who've interacted with an NFT. That is a drop in the ocean of what is to come, and that will compound over the years. You're a big fan of exponentiality, and we're going to see the exponential growth coming into this industry. This is now just the start of what is to come, and I think we haven't even seen the first innings.
No, I totally agree. I mean, for us, we've been teaching this at Singularity University for the last 7 years. From our point of view, is it's when a new technology comes, there's this deception that there's nothing really happening, and it's a bit murky to see how it's going to go exponential and grow like it. And then no one lets you know, but it hits that knee of the curve and totally takes off. So there's this initial excitement, and there's this trough of disillusionment before the big disruption takes place. It's so hard to identify because there's so much sensationalism in the media about the negativity around these new innovations, that it's quite compelling to be, disheartened or disillusioned that this could ever become this amazing new industry or this technology. But then, when it disrupts, it absolutely does that. So
yeah, I was on a Singularity talk, and I think the line that I got from that was that disruption happens gradually, and then suddenly, and we're in that gradual phase. Yes. And then suddenly it's going to be everywhere. I mean, today or just yesterday, we saw Tiffany's launching a luxury necklace and pendant that if you owned a CryptoPunk, you are able to claim it, and it costs 30 Ethereum. It's $50,000. It's not a small price tag. And you would be able to get 250. Now, that's a big brand and name entering in a small way into this world of NFTs and dabbling, really testing it out to see what happens with it. And every single day there's a story like that. There's a story of a brand, a consumer, a creator, a famous musician, people that have been undiscovered and unknown launching with this technology and experimenting. And that compounded, you've got tens of thousands of people that are experimenting today. You're going to have hundreds of thousands of people experimenting in a year's time, and then you're going to have millions of people experimenting in 3-4 years' time. And what's going to come out of that? Well, I don't even have an imagination that's strong enough and wild enough to be able to predict all of those things. I just want to be on that rocket ship, and I want to be a seat on that ship and seeing all that stuff and being able to invest in it and participate in it, because new, imagined and wild ways of interacting, communicating, transacting is going to happen. When the mobile phone came out, no one thought that that's going to result in you being able to order a cab anywhere in the world, and that's what the result of the mobile phone is going to be. And this is what that technology is going to do. New, imagined ways for us to interact that I can't even think of.
Absolutely, and I mean that's where I was going to ask you next, because we, where the metaverse is going, where are NFTs going? I think it's literally going to people are calling it this next evolution of the internet. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think where the metaverse is going, COVID was an accelerant, and we saw how our lives have changed. We're on a call right now. I'm in New York. You're in, I think you're actually in Israel. Zoom has become part of our culture, and remote working is now a thing that just 3 years ago would never have seemed to be a reality. We raised our investment funds during that time and never met. I think we maybe met one investor in person to be able to build out our Series A. Now, that's already a start of living in the metaverse. It's a start of interacting, but the experience is still pretty 2D. It's still very typical to what we would know and imagine within our kind of confined physical reality. What the metaverse is going to be is a whole new experience. And we're really starting to see that in things like Decentraland, Somnium Space with VR. It's a new way to emerge and to communicate and to transact in a very immersive experience. And NFTs is, I believe, that ownership layer of that. People want to own and be able to transact and trade things in the physical world. You're going to be able to want to do that in this virtual world. And you want to do that in a way that doesn't require a third party in every single one of those transactions. And NFTs do that. So where's it going? Well, it's going to go into wackier and wilder ways of expressing yourself, of interacting, and of being. And almost anything that can be turned into a digital instrument, an NFT, will be. So you're going to start seeing this becoming pervasive in your everyday life. The way membership clubs are going to be given access to, art is going to be transformed, which we're already seeing with generative art, and stories are going to be retold as NFT first stories, like we're doing with the Mega Runner.
And I mean, for a Mega Runner, you've partnered with the guys that created the movie The Hunger Games or something like that.
That's right.
Do you want to share with us a bit about how's that partnership, and what are the benefits of partnering with guys that have done something like that?
Sure. So Mega Runner is a new attempt that if Marvel was being started today, how would you start a company like Marvel and tell the stories of their characters in ways that bring in the audience? And we can do that with NFTs. So Mega Runner is a future world where the currency of power is speed. And you have these runners, these people who are pilots. They race in these vehicles in this annual 21-day race. And the winner of that race becomes the winner of Planet Omega. And that is how power is distributed. So this is a story that we've partnered with the best storytellers in the world, the co-creators and co-producers of The Hunger Games and other movies and iconic titles, to bring this new original story to life, but to do it in a way that now allows fans to be part of it. You own a runner character. You have the commercial rights to that character. So if it now becomes, let's say, something like Wolverine as an example out of the Marvel Universe, if you own that character, you have something that is of tremendous value. You can also help shape the narrative of that character. You can actually go and do your own stories with that, and you can help emerge and build out this universe. So a partnership with them looks like, well, they've got this ability, this incredible ability to tell stories in new and novel ways. They've got the path to commercializing that through movies. And we bring the expertise and what does it actually take to take that story and bring it in and out in a way that will resonate with an NFT audience where they are today, and bring in that level of experience, the technology that's needed to do that, and be able to build out that partnership. So we have this path of going from NFT to potential movies, to games, to characters, and bringing in the NFT world into that, and then ultimately an entire Omega universe, metaverse experience that people can actually live in, work in, and play in.
Yossi, thanks so much. That's all the time we've got for today's show, and we really wish you all the best with Metaversal. I think it's going to shoot the lights out. It's going to go exponential and really lead the way in this new world. So I can't wait to get my core runner status. I run almost every day, and I love running. And I'm sure, like many other millions of runners out there, they're going to really enjoy this project and being involved in this type of community. So we wish you all the best, and thanks for making the time for being with us in the Non-Fungibles, our first kickoff to the season. Thanks so much.
What a privilege to be on the Genesis release, and always good to see you, Mick.
Hey everybody, it's Lebo again here for WTF NFT. For the past couple of years, there have been a whole lot of lingo being thrown around, and I'm here to try and explain the universe that is the NFT, Metaverse, or whatever this thing is called. Now, I'm going to be honest. I am in no means an expert, but I feel like I can be the plug for the people who have been left behind by this whirlwind. Years ago, the Metaverse was a figment of some American directors who gave us a choice between a blue pill and a red pill. If you don't know the reference I'm giving, my beloved, maybe you shouldn't be here. Oh. But anyway, The Matrix was a movie beyond its time. And they told you. Did you pay attention? No, of course not. But here we are. The Metaverse is real. Let's go through some definitions to help you through the Metaverse. The first one we're going to look at is airdrop. An airdrop refers to sending cryptocurrency coins, tokens, or NFTs for free to different wallet addresses. Kind of like an e-wallet, you just get like delicious things for free, like just out of the sky. It's so great. The next one we're going to do is mooning. If someone is mooning, that means the price of their coin or NFT is experiencing a spike. Get your mind out the gutter. This is a clean show, folks, okay? Now, the last one we're going to do is AMA, an abbreviation for Ask Me Anything. It's used by people who are opening themselves up for a session where the community can come and talk to them and ask them any questions that they'd like. Like me, let us know if there's anything you'd like us to explain, and we got you.
Drop it. Men and women, if you cheat, you're eventually going to be found out. One couple in particular found that out the hard way.
How hard was it?
In 2007, a Bosnian couple found out they'd been cheating on one another in online chat rooms with each other. Wait, I recognize that fart and cough combo anywhere. Douglas?
What's Dapps? The fuck is that?
It's July 4th, so it's America's Day of Independence.
Drop it.
Take it away, Ernie.
The storming of the Bastille happened in 1789 in Paris. It was nationwide discontent, and it escalated into a full-blown French Revolution as we know it today, and was felt across the world, from Haiti, Russia, Western Europe, Latin America, and the rest of Europe.
So there you have it. That's all we have for this episode. I hope that you're feeling more like a Metaverse Ninja. Thanks so much to my co-hosts, Caitlin and Lebo, for the sterling job, and make sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube page in order to see more episodes. Follow us on our social channels, and we'll see you in the Metaverse. Cheers.